Oh!
I hate the no formation lap. This is so bad. Right, it's lights out and away we go then. And Danny D sliding a little bit, and that's going to allow Bad Otter to get the launch into turn 1. Big Mike's truck looking to make a move on him as well. Well, Danny D's managed to hold it around the outside, and there's carnage in the background with a Mercedes. Bad Otter leads out of turn 3 then. Big Mike slots in the second. That Danny D was sideways, coming out the outside of turn 2. That was tight.
Yeah, a lot of carnage
already. There's
already.
more chaos in the background. Alpha Romeo and Williams of Hicklin and Husky.
Yeah, it's been a mess already. Going into the turn 1, there was a lot of drivers who outbroke themselves, one of them being a McLaren of Cosmic Cameron, or Cameron, I don't even know how you pronounce his name on here, and he's just got out the way, so it looks like a few of these drivers' races, have already been ruined, unless there's a safety car that helps them out, but yeah, it's not the most amazing start either by legendary Danny D, and that's considering he was on the softer tyre, so you would expect it if he was on the harder tyre, but turns out on the harder tyre you make a better start, so Bad Otter first and Big Mike in second.
How's Cameron already got a track limits penalty? It's lap 1. But the big gainers on that lap, obviously starting last, Chappelle's up 4 places, Lofty's up 2, Maxwell's up 3, Starsfan's up 3. The big loser is JPP on those hard tyres, down 4. One of the favourites for the podium.
Hicklin must have a lot of damage to his front wing because he is dropping like a fly. He's just lost 3 places in one turn. In fact, I think the back 4 have got damage. Maybe, and they're still staying out. Cohen was caught up in that, I believe. But let's go back to the front where it's all happening for second place.
Alan's already got past Danny D. Can he get 2 in 1? No, he's not. Danny D's almost on the back of Alan then as well.
Those medium tyres just have not switched on. They have just not switched on yet for Danny D, and he might lose another place here to Halo, who is right on the back of the gearbox of the McLaren. Down to 4th place. Yeah, the temperatures would tend to start hitting drivers at about lap 6 if they've upped the pressures too much. This was not part of the McLaren master plan.
See, I told you. He's not getting a boat in there.
Anyway, it's lap 2. Plenty of carnage and chaos can happen yet. Maybe a safety car or a red flag. Who knows?
Right, Cameron's put on the soft tyres.
I mean, again, unless there's a safety car, his race is done. So it won't have a bit of fun out there.
2 or 3 stopper it at the moment.
But I tell you what, someone who's looking a bit feisty already is Alan. He's side by side with Big Mike. He's done Big Mike. He's using the ERS. Is he going to try and make a move down at Bad? Otto going into turn 1. No, he's not. But he might be able to set himself up here. Yep, so he has got that softer tyre advantage. So is he going to try and get the jobs done early and then try and see if he can pull away for the first half of the Grand Prix? The DRS is open and the ERS is not being used. So he's going to maybe think about the DRS straight at the back straight of the racetrack. Cameron has spun again.
And he's caused the VSC. But, yeah, going back to Alan, obviously, last season he struggled quite a bit in F1 cars. Obviously, he had a bit of a breakthrough in F2 towards the end of the season and was flying along. And it looks like this game he's finally got his act together in Formula 1, and now Cameron's probably retiring in the pit lane. There we go. Great start of season
Great
for
start.
Cameron.
Yeah.
Pits twice in 2 laps, causes a VSC, and retires in the pit lane.
Bit of a shame to see, especially when you only see 16 drivers in Div 3. It makes me think, if this is what the turnout is to be every week, then maybe we should have sent down more drivers from Div 2, because that division is absolutely packed at the moment.
It's always been the case with Division 3. It's always struggled for numbers, and then Division 2 has always been flying along.
I think it's just too many people get sent up. I think Division 3 just needs to accept that you are going to have a few really quick drivers in Div 3. Otherwise, this is what is going to happen. So if this is the numbers we're going to be getting all season, then I don't want to see anyone move up, if I'm honest. this is what we're going to get. Still a virtual safety car.
It's been a whole lap now.
Yeah, it gives drivers the chance to save a bit on their tyre wear and make up a bit of errors for them to go again. Oh!
I saw Liam get a drive-through penalty yesterday in Division 2 under a VSC. There's Barlow and Starsfan battling. Barlow's up to P6 on his return to SLR.
Right, you've got that in twice already. How much is he paying you for that?
Let's have a look, see what his offer was. Well, that's a shame. He didn't offer me anything. I should have bribed him. Or got him to pay me to say it.
Looks like legendary Danny D has found his rhythm now. He seems to have caught towards the back of Big Mike and he's pulled away from Halo. So maybe it was just a case of early race nerves, which myself personally suffer with as well. And it is a pain in the ass, especially if you've got traction control off, which you've just seen legendary Danny D's rear step out slightly there. So that maybe just confirms it. And Alan is setting himself up here at the last corner to make an attack on Bad Otter. He needs to get this move done. He's got the tyre advantage and maybe the years advantage. And there's your change to the lead, men's.
There we go. I mean, Danny D's under attack from Halo now as well, because Danny D lost the rear end coming out the final corner. I mean, what Barlow has to hope is that everyone starts battling so he can get back in this, but instead he's battling himself with Starsfan.
Get in. So someone's just joined the stream chat who I work with. I'm trying to persuade him to join this racing league. He loves racing with F1, Hamilton fan. Right, hopefully the drivers can put on a good show now and encourage him to join. As well, I'm currently on board with Alan, who is just done a personal best in Sector 1. In fact, the quickest time in Sector 1 all race now. He's got that lead, and his plan now is to try and pull away as much as possible.
Big Mike, surprisingly.
Yeah, and the tyre advantage Alan has got is far superior. But it looks like Bad Otter, as we suspected anyway, has not got bad pace at all, especially on those hard tyres. And his ERS are looking very healthy also, men's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so obviously, ERS management is a big part of Formula 1 nowadays. And yeah, Alan has been using that quite a lot. As Bad Otter has been thinking the long game.
It is a marathon, not a sprint, as they say, and Bad Otter may well be making a move, which, yeah, there you go. But I think we're also going to see another move just behind legendary Danny D. He has found his rhythm up to third place.
It's more like Big Mike's just dropped off. Starsfan
I don't know.
Barlow again.
Let's look a bit further down to see what else is going on. We've got JPB Gaming. He's lost 4 positions.
Yeah, I'm surprised by JPB. He's not even got the pace. He's not keeping up with anyone. Unless he's got damage slightly, but...
It would normally be at this stage of the Grand Prix where the tyre pressures, that's when it comes into it now. Because if you've got them up about halfway, it's at this track, as I found out in race simulations. To start with, for the first 5-6 laps, your pace is great, and if you've got them, your pressure's really low, then you're finding yourself sliding a bit. But after about like 5 or 6, it reverses, and then you find that the drivers with the lower tyre pressures, they're feeling a bit more confident, a bit more stable with the traction, and the people with hello, Molly's making moves, men's.
Yeah, I think Molly's made a mistake. That's what happened, because Barlow was nowhere near Molly.
Yeah, and if your tyre pressures, if you've got them low, they'll be fine. If they're about halfway, it's about now that they'll start overheating, and they'll feel awful until you pit off the mediums onto the hards. Should have you started on the medium tyres. Back at the front, men's.
Exactly. Here comes Alan down into turn 1. We have got sort of 2 races on our hands. We've got the top 5 and then everyone else. as Moley and Barlow switch place again. And again, Moley gets the inside line. JPP's gone very deep at turn 1. He's lost about a second in another place to Lofty. But this is much improved from Lofty. In all of the pre-season races by now, he was last by about a country mile and would have spun about 3 or 4 times. So Lofty's found his footing as JPP's lost another.
I think he's got a problem with his steering. He hasn't got a broken front wing, but the way he took turn 3, unless he just deliberately let Maxwell through, which I wouldn't understand why. I don't know if he's got steering input problems. I'm not too sure. Maybe a wheel player can confirm that. Is that a regular thing, potentially? Having said that, I don't even know if JBP races on wheel.
I mean, it definitely looks more wheel than pad-like, but obviously... yeah, that's definitely wheel.
Nice and smooth. Tell you what, the battle in between Alan and Bad Otter has well and truly made things close to the front. Was it just under 2 seconds separating the front 4, which, I mean, it's what we want to see, right? This is
exactly
what we want. This is what we want in Summit League Racing. This is a good advert for the league racing community, as there's your swap once again. Bad Otter back in the lead on the hard tyres. There's a yellow flag with Chris Kamara.
Yeah, I've kind of cursed Lofty there.
Nice.
I was saying how well he's doing this race, and then he goes and smashes it into a wall and causes another VSC. I'm sorry, Lofty.
Commentators curse. We saw it yesterday from the comments duo of Ham and Jam on SLR Liam, who got a drive-through penalty for speeding under virtual safety car, which is what we're in now. We had a few drivers earlier on this race get drive-through penalties because of virtual safety car infringement. Will we see another one? Will they learn from their lesson? Oh, pardon me.
Lofty's pitted for softs, so he'll have to pit again. And we are back racing again then. And what has happened to Danny D on that? What's happened to Alan more like even? Lots of people have messed up their VSC restarts. Halo's lost a second. Moley's gained 2 seconds on Halo. And Barlow's lost a second to Moley. What has happened under the VSC?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have just been caught out. It's so easy to get penalties if you're up at the front and you're about a tenth or 2 just shy of maybe getting a penalty. You're playing it a bit safe. The more experienced guys, the way they want to do it is if they're about 8 or 9 tenths off for when it's giving you a heads up that it is ending, then you can speed up a bit. But that comes with experience, of course, and not necessarily all of these are experienced. Bad Otter is over a second ahead of Alan now. So Alan has not got the aid of DRS, and he is not looking amazing with ERS, but neither is legendary Danny D.
Yeah, Danny D. I remember that from last year. He was always wincing his ERS. Oh, and he's almost lost the That was a good catch. That was a very good catch.
And there is your sign, ladies and gents, that the medium tyres are beginning to feel a bit of wear now. And this is where you're going to see the hard tyre drivers really come into their zone and make some moves.
I think JPB might have fixed a few of that issue. He momentarily got past Maxwell. Essentially that VSC allowed him to get back on track as there goes the rear end again. I wonder if he's got rear wing damage. Obviously we saw someone's front wing brake at the start, potentially someone that enters the back of him and gave him damage. Because yeah, that rear end doesn't look too stable. JPB.
Could also be a sign of, again, what I was saying about earlier with the tyre pressures. Because until you've done a bit of a race sim yourself, you're not going to know. And not all of these do a little bit of race sims beforehand. I think that is going to play a big part of this game potentially for all the races this season. But it's going to be we're going to see it quite a bit in this first race of the season, as legendary Danny D wants his 3rd place back men's.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. DRS enabled then. Rinses all of his ERS even though there's no reason to use it because he was always going to get past him. I think that just epitomises why Danny D's struggling in the ERS department. But obviously there's still life in those medium tyres.
Can't be much of it left though.
Yeah, gap between Alan and Bad Otter stayed the same last lap.
One thing I've noticed this game more than any other is the tyre marbles are absolutely brutal this game. You can also you can use, if someone's going to try and overtake you down the home straight, you can actually use the marbles as a weapon. Like, make them go in your inside, force them as close as possible to the pit wall. They have marbles going into the next turn. They're just going to keep on going.
Exactly. I mean, even if you're like a wheel off the racing line, there's marbles, like in all the straights and all the corners. Just a metre wide, and then you're off into the runoff zones.
Lap 10 of the first race of the Grand Prix. What is going on in the chat? UK Beast Assassin, all 17 of these guys racing would do twice the job Hamilton does. He did well in qualifying today, but yeah. Owen Howell, you can have damage and it's not show. That's what happened to me yesterday with yellow end plates, so maybe that is the case for JP Gaiman. However, from some of the turns I've seen him do, you would think there was no front wing, but he's only 13 seconds off the pace of first place. And Lord of War, New Frost Muster ordered today. Shame you don't have a PS5 map. You could have my old rig buddy. It's got no space for it. Oh no!
That's tight. Jesus Christ. Halo pit, so what's an undercut? I'm not quite sure how Danny V and Alan made that round alive.
I think kudos to SLR Allen there. He saw the red arrow go up his inside, he gave him space. I think if it wasn't for his awareness, that could have ended in a legendary Danny D collision, or spinning, sorry. That's good news for Bad Otter on the hard tyres, now 1.5 seconds in the lead.
Yeah, Dodgy saying in the chat, I hope F1 cars slow down as the F2 cars don't. Come on, Dodgy, why don't you get back in there?
Well, funny you say that. Last week when we were gathering in Cambridge/Newmarket at the Turkish, you did ask the question, would he be able to come back? Maggie said yes.
Dodgy.
So that'll be great. CSLR Dodgy back in the F1 grid. Of course, champion from 5 seasons ago. That's during the COVID times. Very long time ago. And SLR Leah, only one other driver in the world who has the same number of world championships. Of course, Michael Schumacher.
The goat.
Who, I mean, he's alright. Every time I think about Michael Schumacher, I think about what's next for my salad. Legendary Danny D is making a move on SLR Allen again, down into turn 1.
And once again, he uses all of his ERS that he doesn't have.
You are right, those mediums have got a bit of life in them, but he is struggling with the rear of that car.
I mean, almost what Alan and Danny D need to do is work together and try and use the DRS to close in on Otter, who just made a small mistake there, lost the rear end. Danny D is caught by 2 tenths as a result.
Could be a big moment for Bad Otter in his strategy, or for his hard tyre stint. That might dent a bit of confidence in him, put him off his rhythm a bit. Because it looks like Danny D has found his rhythm now, as he must be only about 2 or 3 laps away from pitting off those mediums onto the hard tyres. So we've just got a little bit more Twitch action for you. 10 no's means a yes. That's some advice that I've had for years. SR Dodgy, maybe one day. No, maybe about it, mate. You'll be back. And UK Beast Assassin says he prefers fruit salads. They are quite underrated.
I mean, on that Lord of War, I don't know why or how, but Twitch is trying to say he's a possible ban evader.
A what?
Possible ban evader.
Ban evader? What do you mean by that?
I don't know. That's all it says every time he sends a message. It says possible ban evader and that they're monitoring it.
No, he's... they already know what you're like outside of... Oh, they already know what you're like at work, Dave. Oh, they've been tracking you for years. Oh, back on the track, and Danny's done the same mistake for the 3rd time at the exit of turn 2. He's lost the rear, and Alan has got back past.
I mean, I don't know how either of these two haven't pitted yet. They've lost half a second as a result to Bad Otter.
Oh, he's struggling. He's just losing the rear on the end of the S's as well, and he's struggled to make the apex of that corner there. I think we're going to see him pit this lap, piss lap on the next lap.
I mean, Mike
the undercut
is traction out the hairpin. And here.
The undercut.
And the turn in.
The undercut is incredibly powerful as well, and that won't help going on the curb on that exit. And Moley is making up good progress, but how many drivers have actually pit lanes?
So far, it's just Halo. Who could potentially get a massive undercut on these guys. He's pitted 2.5, 3 laps ago. Here's, Halo was about a second or two behind the likes of this battle here between Big Mike Allen and Danny D. So are we going to see the medium runners pit? Danny D will come in. Gets it stopped. I thought he was going to speed, but easily gets it stopped.
No, not like F2 anyway. We could tell which people didn't practice their pit entries just by seeing the 5-second penalties flash up. But despite the mistakes from legendary Danny D in the battling with SLR Allen, Bad Otter is only still a second and a half in the lead. So whether he's just coasting or that he's having a few problems himself, which we're not aware of.
This is going to be a lot closer than... Oh, Halo is about 2 seconds behind Danny D, but Danny D's got to warm up his tyres. So Halo could be right with the battle for the top 5 once again. So if he can catch, obviously he is on much older tyres. Not actually catching as much as I thought, to be fair.
It looks like Allen has actually done a really good job looking after his tyres, because he is actually catching Bad Otter at quite a rate now. He's almost within a second.
I think he will.
I mean, albeit he's on the softer tyre, and when it comes to both of them pitting, it's going to be the other way round. But that's a good sign for drivers who have yet to pit onto the mediums. That after 14 laps, they're still showing good pace. And he's within a second now.
He's still
that is incredible. I mean, if the car feels great and the tyres feel great, why would you?
Well, apparently his front left's on 110, which is overheating territory. But, I mean, it's clearly working for him. Either that or his steering wheel's displaying the incorrect temperatures, which I wouldn't be surprised at. As Moley and Barlow switching places again. Moley must have made another mistake somewhere, which is un-Moley-like. But I think he has gone to no traction, potentially. Which might explain it. Oh, that was pinching on the exit.
Good reactions from Moley. He's been through all the divisions. Age is just a number. He's like a fine wine, is Moley. The reflexes are still good there, just like Fernando Alonso. I don't want to hear any criticism of Fernando Alonso, Lord of War. That's a warning.
Dave.
Oh.
Halo and Hicklin. Hicklin's in the wall.
That's the second time I think he's been involved in something this race. And Hicklin is doing Hicklin things.
Here comes Lottie. As Allen stayed out again.
I wonder. Now, Bad Oscars could be pitting onto the mediums, I'd think.
Oh,
well, I don't know.
Well, surely, if you're going this long on mediums, you've got to be going soft.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It may be a different story for Bad Otter, but if he knows that Allen's going to be going onto the softs, Bad Otter, technically, is actually in a better position to prolong his stint for a better chance with better tyres with the softs come the end of the Grand Prix, as SLR Vettel has a 3-second time penalty. Not much diversity in this commentary. Surely one of you must be missing a leg or two to make it fair. I don't know about you. I've got 3 legs, and about you, men's.
What's your third leg?
We're not going to go into that on commentary, surely. Like they call me the tripod. They call me the tripod. I don't need to sit down. Or I mean, you've seen Michael Jackson's "Smooth Criminal," yeah? The music video when he does that lean. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that, but more of a resting lean. No, none of us have missing limbs, unfortunately.
I have extra limbs.
And here we go. And Bad Otter's the first to pit, so he's going to be going onto the medium tyres. So now, the undercut is going to be very powerful. I'm convinced Alan is going to be going onto the soft tyres now.
I think Big
so
Mike
he's going to have to stay up
as well. I mean, he's dropped off massively as well. So he's got to be going soft. That's his only hope to get back in the battle. Otter has gone mediums. JPB's in as well. And he's gone mediums.
So there's a few drivers who will be hoping for a late safety car.
Bad Otter's come out alongside Chappelle and he's made contact with him. Hopefully he hasn't got damage. But yeah, Danny D is already 3 seconds in front of Bad Otter. So that undercut has worked out very well.
It is very powerful, and that's going to be the cost to these drivers staying out for a few more laps. That you're going to have to make the effort and get back through the grid. That's what I had to do yesterday after my pit stop, after my hard tyre stint. With 8 laps to go, I came out in about 9th place and had to make up a few places up the end. It's all good you having the speed, but you're going to need the confidence on the brakes and with the tyres and with the throttle to make use of the extra grip. You've only got it for a few laps because then they feel like absolute Derby County towards the end of it, where they just want to keep on sliding around. As Bad Otter, he's on the rear.
Stuck in traffic.
Oh,
my God!
this is
How much
interesting.
do you want to be forced him off? I don't think Chappelle wanted Otter on the track.
He didn't need to do that either in completely different races. Richie Chappelle still needs to pit, so that's going to be an interesting one for the Div 3 chat later on. I cannot wait to put my face in there. As Alan pits men's.
What is it going to be? Surely it's soft.
It
is.
It's too early for the softs.
Right, he's on soft. What's Big Mike going? Oh, it's almost
Big
an
Mike's
unsafe release.
Big Mike's going to have to go on the mediums. That'd be the best.
Mediums.
Yeah, I think it's going to feel great for Alan for the first 2 laps, but he's pitting 3 laps earlier than I did yesterday, and my tyres were gone at the end.
I mean, we saw how good Alan's tyre wear was on the medium.
Oh!
And again, this pit entry never, pit exit rather, never fails to disappoint.
SLR Alan is going to need to get this overtake done very quickly if he wants to put those softs to use, because come towards, I'm going to say, lap 25, lap 24, they will feel horrendous on his Mercedes.
It already looks like you've got so much grip and the sides aren't even up to temperature. Should be. Fairly simple move, you can get a good exit out of turns 9 and 10. Which, Bad Otter's got a great exit.
Bad Otter may not have the extra grip, but he's got the tyre life on him, so maybe he can actually play around a bit with SLR Alan, defend really hard, cost him a bit of time, because Alan needs to get past. But Otter needs to make it as difficult as possible for the Mercedes driver.
Yeah, one thing I have just realised again is that Bad Otter is on the mediums as opposed to Danny D on the hard tyres, so it should start to catch him, although Danny D has been extending the gap since Otter's stopped. And obviously if these two battle, that only is going to help Danny D. But Alan's should be a fairly simple move, as it is.
Yeah.
Needs to get a good exit there, otherwise he could be under attack as Hicklin's gone round again.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him spin on the mediums, hards and softs now.
Hards for life, Hicklin.
Hards for life.
Alan's got a big enough gap, and with the benefit of the DRS and the ERS that he used, he's gained a whole second just down in sector 1 alone on Danny D.
God, look at the speed going through the S's there. You can see him gain the time on legendary Danny D just through that sequence of corners alone, and he's over a second ahead of Bad Otter already.
Yeah,
That
Otto
is
just
the
needs to
tyre
try and
difference.
stick with him. I think he'll have DRS, he will. But this will be the last of it. But yeah, he needs to try and hang on to the back of Alan if he wants to catch Danny D as well.
I don't know if we missed it, but Halo's actually in front of Big Mike now.
Yeah, obviously Halo with the like 7-lap undercut. And Big Mike was dropping off on the first stint. But yeah, obviously Big Mike should comfortably get P4 in the end with the medium tyres, as opposed to Halo's very old hards. Barlow also went softs.
Let's go back to the front, because Alan is within half a second of legendary Danny D. They're both almost out of ERS, so it's going to be down to tyres and talent. Out the exit of turn 2. Alan's got the DRS. Legendary Danny D isn't going to make it difficult because he knows that they're going to be battling again soon in a few laps' time. But having said that, legendary Danny D hasn't actually given up. He might have to now for the sake of his race, otherwise he's going to be getting caught up very quickly by Bad Otter, and Alan is your race leader for now.
I mean, Danny D, he's damned if he does battle, he's damned if he doesn't. If he does battle, then obviously Bad Otter's going to catch up even more. However, you've got to try and push Alan and make him use up his tyres more, so that he struggles towards the end. Obviously, he's let Alan through almost. So in theory,
Certainly
Alan
didn't make
should
it
be able to get a gap and hopefully build enough of a gap so that when his tyres do die off, he can just about make the end.
It's a difficult one for Danny though. With Bad Otter, he's on a good set of tyres. Legend Danny D, the tyres will last him at the end of the race, but they're not the quickest out there. He will catch up on Alan, but Bad Otter is going to catch up on the pair of them. So maybe there was a bit of he doesn't want to waste time because of the battle he's got with Bad Otter. There's two sides to it. The 6 temps is the gap now with Alan. You've got the top 5. Oh, has Halo had a mistake?
Potentially, or it is just the tyres. I think the gap to Barlow stayed, well, probably caught him by like a second, but not as drastic as the gap to Big Mike.
Let's have a quick look what's going on in the Twitch chat again. He has a devil's tail. That was on the subject, I guess, of 3 legs earlier. SLR Dodgy would have loved to have seen this lean last weekend. I'm assuming that's me. Corey, would you? I avoided Arc. Yes, I had my reasons. Just excuses from him. Same with the backflips. Well, I avoided the backflip because Corey didn't do the wheelie. And Lord of War, no way those softs are going to make that distance. No, they're not. They're not going to make that distance. I'm adamant of that. I think Alan will get 3rd place, so he's got a bit of a buffer to Big Mike of 7 seconds. That should be enough to get podium, but I'll be amazed, absolutely amazed, if Alan wins this race with those softs.
Hicklin is on even older soft tyres, and I think he's probably going to try and go to the end to him.
Who's this, sorry?
Hicklin's got 5-lap old softs as opposed to Alan's 3. For once, oh no, I was about to speak too soon. I was going to say for once Hicklin's not going to run out of fuel, but his fuel lights just come on.
Who's this, sorry?
Hicklin. At the start of last season, Hicklin ran out of fuel in the first 4 races of the season.
How? To be fair, he has spun a few times, and that alone is probably going to use up a bit of fuel. With all that
he
wheel
always
spinning.
under fuels, and the last season Division 3 somehow went about 5 races without a safety car, so he ran out of fuel in every single one of them.
Running out of fuel, doing tracks the wrong way. There's only one SLR Hicklin. There's only one. More action in the stream chat. Corey loves Welly. The Welly will come soon. That is disgusting. Corey, change your language, please. I did not bring you up to be like that. Golding Air Fryer, ref. That could be for absolutely anything. He can't handle the Georgie Juice though. to be fair. I mean, the Geordie Juice, that is diesel. I mean, Lord of War might be able to confirm for me the alcohol up north. SLR Corey, I've got a week off coming soon, so I can guarantee you it will be on that week. Now, he will change the beer to orange or apple juice again.
Corey, whose Willie is coming soon?
Back to the racing for now, as it looks like we're going to see an overtake for second place. Bad Otter has got to the back of legendary Danny D. Bad Otter putting good use. Yeah, he's putting good use of those mediums. Legendary Danny D is blinking. Down into turn 1 is Bad Otter taking second place. But legendary Danny D breaks a bit later. He's going to try his luck around the outside still. This could end up in contact. No, there's not. And that is job done for second place for Bad Otter. The charge begins on SLR Allen.
Right, when will Allen's tyres die out? Then 2.5 second gap. Is that enough for when his tyres die?
No.
I mean, I think it's still a guaranteed podium if you can make him last. Dodgy's saying that he needs to make sure the welly is fully chilled.
Well, is he going to put the welly in the fridge as well?
Yeah, apparently.
That'd be a shock for his dad when he gets home. Like, he just goes into the fridge, cracking open a can of beer, or just wanting to get, I don't know, some fish sticks, and he just sees a welly in the top shelf.
Yeah, dirty welly.
A dirty welly. Corey never washes his welly. I'm from the Midlands, not the North, sorry about that. They're all, yeah, okay. They're all that up there. There's certainly a few from the Quiche chat that would like that comment. Corey, it'll be chilled and ready, Lord of War, and their beers taste like... Oh, no! Oh, no! Right, it's back to the racing.
Are you sure?
It's back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you should go back to the Twitch chat.
No, I think we should stay clear of that for a bit, because I told people to get involved, but they're having a bit too much fun. UK Beast, fish sticks question mark, or fish sticks, sorry, fish sticks. We'll go with that. Corey's loving it. I mean, at least we're doing something. The race might not be the most entertaining as such, you could say, but at least we're making up for it with the commentary. That's what this league's about.
Yeah, somehow, I think, well, it looks like it's going to start the same way that last season did, within no Division 3 safety cars.
Touch wood. Touch wood.
Yeah, we see that, and then there's a red flag next lap.
SLR Allen, 2.6 second gap with
still going up.
5 laps to go, and the gap is actually extending, only slightly though. But they will drop off.
Must be a masterclass from Alan if he makes it to the end.
Either that, he's doing something brilliant with his tyres. Maybe Checo Perez-esque, as Bad Otter has outbroke himself and he's actually gone onto the marble, so that won't help his cause. As Cohen has collected a 3-second time penalty, which won't affect him because he's stone dead 16th.
I mean, to be fair, it's impressive that he's managed to. He got his first penalty on lap 1, and now he's managed to go 24 laps without getting his second. So, I mean, at least he's improving.
Oh, that's a point, actually. Corey's just said that this stream will probably get taken down. We're not going to be on YouTube.
Sorry, Mash. Blame Corey.
Nah, this has got to make it on YouTube. This has got to. This is... Div 3's been mocked for a few seasons because of its racecraft, but do you know what? It's been a clean race. It's been trying to attract drivers to race in, new people in the stream chat. This has been a good advert. We've seen quite a bit of clean racing, albeit it's been 1 or 2 collisions. That is going to happen. But yeah.
I mean, the collisions were only lap 1. Yeah, Higgins retired in the pit lane because I think he was going to run out of fuel. Dodgy saying Cohen's had 7 beers, so he's the driver of the day for him.
7. Right. Do you know what? That probably is true, because Dodgy in his days in Div 3, it was what it sounded like. They went to the pub before they raced. So you can imagine what their party sounded like as in the race. It was just like, they sound like they're from Nottingham.
That's a good drunk impression there as well.
Yeah. Well, Bad Otter isn't catching up on Alan, and legendary Danny D is keeping tabs with Bad Otter.
Track limits there and spinning. Barlow's caught Halo. Barlow was 9 seconds behind Halo when he pitted.
I think what you suggested earlier.
Even his soft tyres are doing well.
But at the same time, as you said, Halo pitted about 6-7 laps earlier onto the hards than everyone else, so they are going to feel awful. We've still got 3 laps to go, those soft tyres. When they do go off, it's going to be about now that they'll start to feel a bit iffy. What Alan's going to be hoping for is Danny D trying to make a move in Bad Otter, which will slow him down a bit. That's going to be what Alan's...
I think Alan's perfected this. I can't see him losing this. Unless he spins. There we go, parents are tired now as well. He was almost a lap down. But here comes Danny D then. Trying to go round the long way of turn 1.
Oh, that's a squeeze!
Trying to push him out. But he's got the move, he's stuck in it. Kept his foot in, round the outside. Although, Bad Otter's got the DRS back again. And takes his position. Whether Danny D's going to try and hang it round the outside. He's on the marbles. And Otter will hang on to P2 then.
All of this helping Alan furthermore
Otter on
the race win.
Danny D. What is that? The defensive line into the hairpin from Bad Otter. And now
these two squabbling. Yeah, these two squabbling has let Alan pull away by a second, which is going to be crucial on those tyres. And the time keeps on gaining because of this battle, so it's going to be potentially this battle here that maybe wins Alan the race. I'm just looking at Alan's throttle input.
Yeah, I think he made a slight mistake coming out the hairpin. So he dropped 3 tenths to Otter down the straight.
He's feathering the throttle a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, they are catching him again now. It's down to 3 seconds again. But I still can't see 3 seconds in what will be 2 laps to go. But here comes Danny D again then.
Yep.
Easily done this time into turn 1. Bardo's going to get Halo as well into turn 1. But back to Bad Otter. He's not got the exit he did last time. And he'll have to stay behind legendary Danny D for at least sector 2.
I think Alan's got this
2.7.
I think he's got this covered because he's got plenty of hers as well.
2.7 again. Danny D messed up slightly at turn 8. What a masterclass from Alan.
Yeah, he's done absolutely phenomenal. Oh, I can't even say the word. He's done an absolutely brilliant job as Alan. He's made the strategy work that I tried pulling off yesterday, and it cost me a bit, but Alan has perfected it.
I mean, my soft tyres would have been on 75% by lap 5.
Lap 5? What do you do with them?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't done any laps around Bahrain yet. But on an average track, I'm in puncture territory after about 8 laps on softs.
You're doing something really wrong.
I mean, in the pre-season race at Spain, I did a hard medium, Evo did a medium soft, and my tyre wear was worse than his on both stints.
We're going for second place.
Danny D's
Oh,
gone straight on.
Where's he gone? He's off
gone
to
into
Saudi Arabia.
territory.
He has.
And that has ruined his second place.
Oh dear. Well, I think that's your top 3 positions sorted now with only 2 sectors to go, men's. So men's, I'll leave it all down to you now.
Yeah, exactly. 3-second gap then for SLR Allen. He's masterclass, a medium soft. Although I don't want to curse him because he has got about 6 corners to go and I've already cursed Lofty. Danny D, 1.5 behind. Big Mike has actually shown quite good pace this second stint. Pretty much matching those in front. And
Sorry?
Barlow stayed ahead of Halo. But Allen, all he's got is what is really 1 corner to go. But to come round the penultimate corner then, and round the final curve, SLR Allen is once again a race winner. So he takes the win in Bahrain. Dan Otter will get P2 ahead of Danny D in P3. Big Mike 4th as we wait for Barlow 9 seconds behind in P5 on his return. 3rd time now. Barlow 5th, Halo 6th, Moley was 7th, and JPB will... What the hell is going on here? Why is JPB in a Mercedes but McLaren? I don't know. Starts from P9. I don't know what was happening with JPB. He's in the McLaren, but then it had a McLaren livery. He's in a Mercedes but a McLaren livery, I meant.
No, it's just Hamilton lime green. It just doesn't look very lime green.
It's orange.
Yes, it doesn't look... Right, stream viewers, get your Driver of the Day nominations in. They probably won't... well, we'll see what your votes are, if they're serious or not.
Oh, and Vettel's ended up in the wall. All he had was 2 corners to go, and he couldn't stop himself from crashing.
Well, first vote for Big Mike from UK Beast Assassin. That is definitely not... where are we going? Where are we going?
That is literally Saudi Arabia. He's already wanting to get to next week. Oh, don't do what you did in quali. Don't crash whilst crashing. And a 10-second...
Wow!
A 10-second time penalty for losing 10 seconds.
Driver of the Day, Mazpim. UK Beast Assassin with Big Mike. That's definitely not... has bias. Oh, actually, we need to invite these in, don't we? For an interview.
Yes.
Can
we get
I'll try and... No, we won't. We'll probably spin in the party, right? You go for the results for us, and I will get these guys in the party.
Right, so Alan then will take not pole position. We'll take the win then, and he gets the fastest lap, so maximum 26 points for him. Otto will take P2 in the AlphaTauri ahead of Danny D in P3. Big Mike for Haas ahead of Barlow in P5. Halo getting a good result in P6 ahead of Moley in 7th. JPP with a slightly disappointing P8, I'm sure. He'd be disappointed with that. And then Starsfan P9 with a 3-second time penalty. And then Maxwell will get the final point for Ferrari. So it was a good result for the Mercedes duo in the end. Obviously maximum, well, they'll lead the Constructors' Championship after round 1.
Stuff. I think we've got all 3 drivers. No, we haven't got all 3 drivers. We're waiting for
Danny
my McLaren team, buddy.
Always saying Alan for making